Hey Wastelanders, welcome back to the Last Ranger. This is the Wii Speedliner. It's designed by Tashi Barucha. I think I'm saying that last name correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So this is a knife that kind of flew on under my radar. So I haven't been collecting knives in a while. I mean, I've collected here or there. I bought a Kershaw here or there. I bought a what do you call it? A real steel here or there. A couple knives, but I haven't bought a high-end knife in a while. And what I say it's high-end, it's pretty expensive. I got a real deal buying it on White Mountain Knives. So go to the White Mountain Knives and you could look up, maybe they're still there, but it's at least maybe 11 or 12 months old, but I hadn't heard of it and I liked it. So this is in 20 CV steel. So I haven't had a knife in 20 CV in a while, but I think Hogue produces knives in 20 CV. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's a steel they use a lot. I don't know if other makers use other than Wii and Hogue, maybe. But anyway, so you could see Tashi Barucha. I'm gonna mess up that last name. His logo on the one side. They don't put anything on the blade other than the maker's mark. And if I'm wrong, just correct me in the because I have two Wii knives now. Well, I have three, but I have two different models, and both of them are like a clean blade except for the maker's mark. So I like how this knife looked. I like how first of all, I love lanyards, and this is a lanyard hold you could die for because it's extremely big and you could fit like 550 paracord or on up really easy through there. So, but I liked this backspacer. You can see it's basically looks like an arrow. This is titanium, by the way, and this is titanium, and this is carbon fiber. If you can't tell, you probably can tell. So, and I just like the knife. I like the speed holes. I don't know what you call them, just design. And I like the curvature of the handle. Fits really good. And you know, like if you were like use it as a fighting knife, I suppose. I had this Kershaw tilt. If you remember, I think I did a video on this. I probably did. So this is the Kershaw tilt that came out basically in the summer. After Blade Show, I believe, the first Blade Show, and I like the curvature of this. So I like how it sits in the hand. It sits like a pistol grip, kind of like a pistol grip. And I saw this, and I'm like, oh man, that's a good companion piece for the Kershaw tilt. So anyway, it was weird. I like curved handles, and not many knives have curved handles. The Benchmade Mini Loco, which I have, I don't have it around me yet, or now. So, but the Benchmade Mini Loco has a curved handle like that too, like maybe more curved. I can't remember, but I kind of like curved, or like this isn't really curved, but it's kind of like a curve, maybe just a tilt. Anyway, so, and if you look at it, this is kind of like the same carbon fiber. So I really like this. I really like this knife, and I just had to pick it up. I like the precision in there. I like how this curves around, and I like this point. I just love this. Is well manufactured. Oh, and this version is a liner lock. So they had released, I believe, 4 other versions, and this is the only liner lock, I believe, and the other 4 versions are frame locks. So I bought another one. Call me crazy. Let me show you how it fits in the pocket right now. So you could see, this is how much would you would see sitting out of the pocket, and I don't mind that at all. I don't have to have a deep carry pocket clip, but I like a milled pocket clip. So this is the milled pocket clip. Let me pull it out. So I bought another version. This is the frame lock version, and you probably can't tell. It doesn't really look like it looks on websites. They probably enhance it so it looks kind of like a bronze, but it's really it's a faint bronze. Even in full light, it's just a faint bronze. So, but it's all the same, except for it's a frame lock. I just wanted to pick it up because I kind of like these 2 versions, and I couldn't decide. So this is like a hand rubbed blade. I don't know if you could tell on the lines. It's a hand rubbed, and this is like a what do you call it? A bead blast finish. So I basically have 2 versions of the same knife now. So I'm probably not going to do anything. I'll just carry either or. Eventually, I may say I just only need one. But sometimes in the past, when I used to collect Kershaw knives, for instance, an example, I have the Kershaw Knockout. I had to have every Kershaw Knockout, every variation. Variations in steel, variations in color, variations, basically that. So the Kershaw Knockout was an American-made knife, and so I loved it. So I just kept buying it, every variation. I probably won't do that, but I couldn't decide, so I bought both. And I'm not sponsored by anybody, so I just paid for it on my own. If I had a sponsor, man, it would send me several knives, and I could pick one and then buy it. That would be fantastic. Anyway, so I bought both of those. So I wanted experience in a frame lock, and I wanted experience in a liner lock. And I always say I like liner locks, but I like this. Technically, I like the frame lock version better. Not because the frame lock, just that it's easier to disengage the frame lock than it is to disengage the liner lock. Because the liner lock is not. It's not. If it was proud of this, I think it would be easier to disengage, but you really have to put your finger in there to disengage in it. So I don't have any, this is on bearings, but I don't have any what do you call it, skiff bearings in there. I probably, when I make my selection that I'm going to keep, I'll probably load skiff bearings in one or the other, because I just want it to be the best of bearings. Maybe I should try phosphor bronze washers. I probably won't, but anyway. So initially when I got this was a bit wonky. It would flip out on me. So this didn't, but this would. But eventually I flipped it maybe, 25, 30 times, and it eventually worked its way out. I don't know. I didn't open it up, and I didn't add any oils to it. I just thought it was probably set a long time, and maybe, I don't think there's gunk in there, but maybe there's factory gunk in there. When knives sit that long, they need to work it out, work the action out. And some knives do need to break a break-in period in action. Anyway, so the only thing that I kind of don't like. It's a flipper. I mean, I don't mind flippers, but man, I think if you could have worked some kind of thumb stud, like a different slender thumb stud on there, and that would be fantastic for me, because I kind of prefer thumb studs rather than flippers, and that's something that I've grown into. So anyway, you could see that it's basically the same versions, just different material, titanium versus carbon fiber. And the carbon fiber, I don't have my scale since I moved. My scale is buried somewhere. You could look at them up on the website probably, but this feels lighter than this. Carbon fiber feels lighter than titanium. This is the Amari Creator, and you can see it has his maker's mark on it. This is a knife that I picked up at drop.com a long time ago, and it's basically like a double detent slip joint, but as really tough double detent. It's hard to break it free. So so you could see it's about, oh man, it's a monster. I, believe it or not, I use this knife sometimes for cooking. In the past I used it for cooking, and this is VG10 steel, and it's not as shiny as it was, because I think it's stainless, but it's kind of grown dull, like the finish, after using it a lot. So anyway, so this is basically the second Tashi Barucha knife that I've ever owned. So, well, this is technically I call these the same knife. So second, this is the first. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go, and thanks for joining me. And I'll probably do another video on this because I like it, and then I'll probably do an update video when I pick one of those two and I add a lanyard to it. So, all right, take care, Wastelanders.